human happiness it claims to be, does that really matter? Except to a number of hurt and angry individuals. But surely the Aum Shinrikyo case tells us that it does matter. What that bizarre story reveals is a dangerous weakness in the Japanese constitution that leaves it virtually powerless to deal with religious organizations. The constitution imposed on Japan by the United States at the end of World War II guarantees freedom from state interference with religious groups, and that provision protects their tax-exempt status. Now, unless changes are made to the law, they'll continue to use or misuse their great wealth as they will. Changes to the religious corporation law could check the secret use of funds that in the Aum Shinrikyo case were used to develop chemical weapons. Such reforms are now before Japan's legislators. If they become law, they could curb the power of all religious groups, including Soka Gakkai. In a recent development, Japan's justice minister announced his resignation, following allegations that in a secret deal with the opposition Shinshinto party, he'd agreed to obstruct his own government's efforts to make religious organizations more accountable. The name of Soka Gakkai, through its support for Shinshinto, is bound to be linked to the scandal. The Japanese public is well aware that if recent election results are repeated in a general election, Shinshinto could take the reins of government. And where then would the real power lie?
Next week on Assignment, first-hand reports of how ethnic cleansing changed the nationality of a town overnight. That's at the usual time, 7:20, next Saturday on BBC2.
Pocahontas, the story Disney didn't tell.
Oh, it's ridiculous. 11-year-old girl with a 27-year-old man?
The real life of white America's first racial go-between.
Basically, we just kicked them out. Just kept moving them west.
They were no cannibals. They were not savages.
Accepted into a hostile society.
Her behavior was rather unusual in London society.
The true story of America's first Indian heroine. Pocahontas, Timewatch, tomorrow at 7:30 on BBC2. Cruise a road to corruption.
All you have to do is do a little song and dance with your bookkeeping. You're crossing the line, George.
And others will hitch a ride.
I'll pack.
But those driven by greed.
You are taking me hostage.
I am a very, very rich girl. I am a very, very rich girl.
Don't always know when to stop.
Merry Christmas.
But who's deluding who?
Goodbye, Cucaracha!
Delusion, tomorrow at 10 on BBC2.
Got ourselves a ride, Johnny.
On BBC2 at 10:25 tonight, part 3 of Blind Ambition. Martin Sheen stars as John Dean, the White House lawyer, up to his neck in the sticky business of Watergate. Well, now Zoe Wanamaker takes centre stage on BBC2 with Colin Firth and Stephen Delane as the troubled and trapped Mrs. Holroyd of tonight's performance.